Somewhere between Stranger Things and Inside's predecessor Limbo lies a game filled with tons of questions. Just what is this gelatinous blob I've become? Just who are these brain dead people? Why does everybody want to kill me? Why the fuck are there clipboards? Dodging dogs and trucks full of well-armed mystery men and other strange creatures as they hunt you down all the way through, you'll find the world of Inside is simply not very friendly at all. What I really enjoyed about it was the artwork and the style this game presents, with its super subtle noises and the camera panning in and out when delving down into some very terrifying waters, making you feel just ever so small and just not important at all, like you're just not supposed to be there. Have you ever seen Tron when they kind of like bust out of the map in their badass Tron car and they're outside of the map, there's no programming out here? Well, that's kind of just how this game makes me feel, like I'm outside of the map, never knowing what might be coming ahead. Inside really nails it when it comes to being mysterious, directing the small child through terribly depressing looking buildings and laboratories, just trying to survive and make it to whatever the hell you're looking for. Now that I think of it, where the fuck did he even come from? He just falls out of a tree or some kind of hill, and then that's just where he comes from. Inside doesn't really feature a ton of gameplay though, other than moving, jumping, pushing, and pulling things, and a few other things I'll talk about later. But either way, this game does a great job at keeping you moving, never really making the puzzles too challenging, never really being challenging at all, actually. But for me, this didn't really bother me in a game like this. I just wanted to see the world as presenting, especially after playing Limbo before this. I just thought that game was so weird, and I don't know, when I first played it and you see the little dude just getting chopped to bits or stabbed by that spider, it's just, no. But mostly puzzles are based on timing, as one has you kind of like dodging this giant supersonic death beam while you run from bridge to bridge, pulling levers before you're literally blasted into pieces. Which, yes, is cool, but mostly you'll push and launch boxes, open gates, run side to side, stack bodies, steal people's minds, get choked to death. Yeah, a lot of the death scenes in Inside were pretty brutal considering you're just a kid, or whatever the hell you are. But when it came to escaping these dogs by jumping back and forth on this fence, I think that was actually probably one of the most intense feelings in Inside that, like, truly felt dangerous for some reason. Walking through all the scenes, though, feels great and so mysterious, running through cornfields to abandoned buildings, using tiny chicks to push over obstacles, and jumping over friendly farm pigs. I was pretty concerned for the chicks, though. I wasn't sure if they were made into chick-fetty or what. I gotta say though, Inside is a really pretty game to look at in its own like weird way. I really like the art style in it. It just really showed off whatever dystopian universe it was trying to be. And I kind of like how the music in the background is just kind of always kept to a minimum. It just makes the game feel a whole lot more lonely. One scene that really had me hooked though is when you enter the city after running from so many armed guards and dogs and machine guns and trucks. You suddenly see a line of people all moving in the same form, jumping and turning at the snap of a sound, and others are just watching and marking checklists. And I just wasn't sure what the case was here, if it's some start to some crazy hive mind technology or just using people like machines. Either way, it just seems so wrong walking with them while others watch us like we're robots or something. Are we robots? Especially when we begin to find all these strange helmets that just kind of let you jack into the minds of bodies of other said robots or people or whatever we are. This introduces a lot of other puzzles though for you, making people run, jump, and push obstacles for you as you're just a wee little chap and you can't do much for yourself yet. Besides run left and right and drive submarines and infiltrate what must be one of the world's most secret bunkers we've ever seen. After a little while though, you end up stealing a submarine like I mentioned earlier, driving down until you start to see all these really awesome looking machines and labs looking desolate and cool as fuck. but really just left me with so many more questions to what's going on. How can they hide all this stuff, or build it, let alone, without anybody noticing? Or I guess they could just change their minds now, couldn't they? I'd highly recommend watching like an inside lore video or something before you play, or maybe after you play, so you can just sit back and let all the no way get out of your body. But in this darky, watery abyss, strange and creepy mermaid type creatures begin to hunt you down and will also strangle you to death. Until finally, when leaving your submarine, one grabs you by the leg and pulls you all the way down to the bottom, and you just see this giant, huge factory. Yes, it's giant huge. That's double the size. And it's just filled with all these people running in a frenzy to some lab room, and you're just left with even more questions on what is running this? Who are these people? But from here, I'll just let you guys play for yourself, as this is kind of one of the best parts of the game, and I don't want to spoil it. If you really want to see it, why am I keep saying go watch other YouTube channels? Oh my god. But yeah, you could do that. I didn't want to try and explain the story too much myself, because I know I'm just going to fuck it up, as I may have already done. It's crazy that you just run to the right the whole game, and starting in a strange forest until what I think may have been the bottom of the sea, now that I think of it. Or maybe just a wholesome lake or something. I'd really like to see a giant panorama of the game's map from like start to finish, you know, just like sprawled out or something. I think that would be really cool, actually, to just look how it changes and stuff. I want to see all the skies changing into their different shades of gray, and all the reds turning into reds. And how many reds are there even? This game is mostly gray besides the sweater. But everything about Inside had me coming back for more when I first played it. I'm not really one for side scrollers, even though a lot of them are really good. But Inside definitely stands out as one of my favorites. I just love the ambience of the game, so quiet, so simple, yet everything feels wrong and terrible, and somehow manages to tell you bits and pieces of its world. I hope you guys give it a shot if you haven't yet. I think it's really worth a play. It's only like 2 to 3 hours, and that's if you get stuck. And I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that you can find it somewhere out there on the internets for like $5 or something sometimes. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed what is now essentially my gaming book club, as I'm starting to think of Back of the Box for some reason. I almost want to change the title, but I like Back of the Box, so we're going to keep that. But anyways, let me know what you'd like to see. One of you guys mentioned BioShock. I am playing BioShock right now. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do it or not, but maybe I'll do it on the DLC, because I haven't played that yet. But I've just played BioShock so many times, but maybe I'll make it better. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day.